Daniel's Dread Tales is a show for grown-ups. It may contain adult language and adult themes. Please check the episode description for content warnings.
On tonight's episode of Daniel's Dread Tales, Low Places, the crew investigates a flooding hospital in the middle of a torrential rainstorm. Panic, the advantages of monster hunting in a hospital, and loose definitions of the phrase animal attack abound. All that and more, because you never know what you'll find when you start looking in low places. Enjoy. Welcome to Daniel's Dread Tales, Low Places. I'm Nathan, and I'll be your game master for the evening. My lovely cohorts will introduce themselves, their characters, and the pronouns of both of the people they just introduced. If you would.
I'm Damien. Some people know me as Magical Hack. He, they. I am playing Onyx Blackblade, the Spell Slinger. They, them.
My name is Daniel, he, him, and I am playing Roland, the time-displaced exile, who also uses he, him pronouns.
Hi, I'm Isaiah. I use any and all pronouns, and I play as Mr. Miller, the Divine, the demoted angel who uses he and it pronouns.
Hi, I'm Russell, they, them, and I'll be playing Gale, also they, them, the pararomantic.
Hello, my name is Theodore Monk, currently coming to you from an unknown location. I'll be playing Isabel Dukakis, the Searcher, aka the terminally online Discord freak who should not be part of these investigations. My pronouns are he, him. Let me just do a clean take. And her pronouns are she, her.
All right.
Fun in the editing room. Accidentally. That's Isabel saying that. That's Izzy. It's like, my pronouns are he, her. What? She, her. What did I say? There's no realization.
It's Misha Collins all over again.
She's still figuring stuff out about herself. Give her time.
She's been having a lot of long talks with Jebba in the chat.
Mm.
But then every day afterwards, she'll add in the chat, JK, that was just me venting.
Sure, Isabel. The instigator for today's mystery happens to be Gale and Wows, because Wows was very insistent that Gale go check out this hospital. Maybe for a checkup, maybe because something weird is going on. You just wish Wows hadn't been so insistent in the middle of a torrential rainstorm.
Sure, that's
Yeah, it's pouring out. It is. Water comes in when the doors open to the hospital. Like, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where are we? What city is this?
What city do you guys live in? Do you guys even live in the same place?
I feel that we probably well, I don't live anywhere. I mean, I think I'm living with one of you.
Yeah, you technically couch surf.
I think you were at last check living with Izzy, but maybe you are couch surfing.
Yeah, I'm couch surfing, but it seems like we should probably all live in the same city.
Yeah.
I don't know where that is.
Yeah, at the very least in the same city.
Anytime there's the establishing shot in the TV show, it just says redacted.
Yeah, it's official. We now live in... We don't get a home city anymore. Y'all have lost privileges.
Every single episode is filmed in a completely distinct, doesn't look at all like the previous episodes city.
Oh, it's not just always Southern California. Like every episode
Sometimes.
of Star Trek, every planet, it's just the California hills.
It's actually filmed in Canada, weirdly.
Yeah, it's filmed in Vancouver, but it says it's California.
Okay, got it. Oh, okay. So it's like every episode of Stargate, all the planets are forest planets.
Yes, exactly.
It's like my favorite rendition of that is how in Psych they're supposed to be in Santa Barbara and it could not look more like the Pacific Northwest in like every fucking episode.
I used to live a block from one of the locations I saw in that show.
Wow.
Anyway, I feel like we're missing something. Oh, the podcast!
So we're at the hospital.
Yes. It is the St. Florian Public Hospital. And it's a fairly nice place. All the elevators are out of order. And a lot of people are piling in because when I say torrential rainstorm, I mean like it's weirdly hurricane-y out today.
I'm sure it won't come up at all. I'm sure it's nothing.
Oh, St. Florian. Did you know him, Roland?
I don't know saints.
What about you, Miller?
Yes.
Oh.
He was the patron saint of chimney sweeps, firefighters, and soap boilers.
Yes. He did live in
apparently-
around the area where I am from, but several hundred years before me.
I want to say
Yeah.
He is invoked against fires, lightning, the pains of purgatory, and floods.
Oh, that seems fitting.
I want to say Miller is completely dry because he teleported here. Everyone else is soaking wet, not Miller.
I should have got a ride with you.
I don't. Did we establish? Oh no, we established I do have a crappy Toyota Corolla. I was about to suggest that Izzy is soaked from riding public transportation.
Oh, I'm sure wherever we are has a great public transit system since we're in...
I'm just busy over here imagining we're in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
That's where I'm imagining we are. Everybody imagine a different city and reference things that make it so it doesn't work.
Revelstoke.
Actually, a little bit chaotic, but suggestion. Can Izzy drive up, still with like Roland crashing on her couch at this moment, and when they roll up, she has given Roland McDonald's, trying to get him to adapt to modern amenities.
It's...
Oh, that's going to do horrible things to him.
You have to imagine what he probably had to eat on campaigns, though, right? Like, I feel like this is probably
an improvement.
This is truly like nothing I have ever eaten before.
Yeah, it's great, right? If you come right after 10:30, you can order the Mc-1035. This is where they take this thing and this thing. And hold up.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, I think that's all I've got out of that bit.
Good, I was kind of tired of it already.
Roland gets brain freeze from a McFlurry.
Oh, God.
Right now, the most notable thing that you all see is a bunch of nurses and doctors rushing as many patients up the stairs as they can. Some people, like, carrying whole beds up the flights of stairs.
Oh, God. Yeah, you said the elevators are broken.
The elevators are out, yeah.
Yeah, why are we here exactly?
Yeah.
Miles needs a favor, you guys. And, after all he's done for us, I think we ought to pay it back.
Gale, the vibes here are truly wretched.
Okay, but the vibes are horrible.
Yeah.
That's okay, I brought my own.
Like, there's panic in the air, normally reserved for the ER sections of hospitals. But this is the front lobby.
Hey, Mr. Miller,
Yes.
you seem like the one of us that would be the best to be the face of this group, weirdly enough, because you're the best dressed.
And the least wet.
I would like to establish that, and I'll even roll for this if you want me to see if it, like, completely screws up, but Onyx would have tried to use magic to just make the raindrops avoid them.
That's very funny. Please roll for it.
100%. So this is a use magic.
Okay, so now you're just gonna break reality so you can look cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, I teleported. It's normal.
No, he's gonna get a bad roll and it's gonna have blowback effect.
No, I'm not.
Nice.
Actually, that was an 11.
Thank God you rolled an 11 for this.
This is what you get an amazing roll on?
Yes, that is what I waste my amazing roll on. The narrative. I'm going to walk in dry because, I carry a sword with me, and you know how hard it is to fix goth makeup. Seriously? That shit?
I mean,
once it starts to run...
I'm pretty sure we all had a goth
I
face.
can't argue with
By
that.
the way,
yeah.
speaking of rolling, we have once again forgotten to roll at the start of a mystery for me.
Oh, this is still the start.
Shit! And I told myself I would remember this time.
So I'm gonna roll plus weird. I got a 13. So
Nice.
my superiors asked me to do something simple.
Sick high fives for everyone.
Flood the nest.
Flood the nest. On it, boss, says.
I always see this like the fucking text at the start of a super hot level when y'all describe it this way. I just imagine Mr. Miller seeing flood the nest.
I mean, that's basically how it goes, yeah. It's been a very long time since anyone from the upper levels has communicated with you. The last one was Uriel, and that didn't count.
Yeah. So, Onyx.
Huh?
You asked
Yep.
me to be the face of the group.
Yeah, you're the one in a suit.
What is it that you want me to do?
Well, we need to figure out what's going on here, don't we?
So you want me to ask someone then?
Yeah.
I think Miller nods and then like walks up to the front desk, which I'm assuming is there, and rings the bell.
You see a person just in the background. She's a confident looking like woman, but she's dressed in like standard nurse scrubs, and she says, "Look, we can only really take people right now if it's an emergency. I mean, you did come in from outside, so I assume you're here for a very good reason, but..."
Could you take a look at my boyfriend?
She takes one look at Wows and is like, "Okay, yeah, no, we can, okay, fair enough. We'll see him as soon as we can, but right now, all of the lower levels have flooded the basement, and the water is still rising, so we're just trying to get everyone who can't move up to the upper floors right now.
Can I help, miss?
By all means, be gentle with all the patients, but we've gotta get them upstairs before the water level rises too high."
Of course.
Looks at a man dressed in chainmail and like ancient sackcloth. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Just get in the paint here, dude.
I'm here to help.
Times are very desperate.
Yes.
So selfish.
Can I help? I'm the ancient hero Roland. I mean, the current hero Roland to me.
Yeah, I want to help everyone that I can. I want to run around. I want to start picking stuff up. I want to, I want to do my best to listen to the medics here, or the doctors, the physicians, the whatevers. But if stuff needs to be moved quickly, I'll do it. I'll roll if you want me to do it. But I'm getting stuck into that while you guys start figuring out what the monster is.
Yeah, you go ahead and roll something for the, roll, I want to say this would be tough. Yeah, roll tough for me.
Good, because since I leveled up, I have a +3 in toughness.
It'll definitely make the doctors more amenable to talking to you guys.
I rolled a 12.
Nice.
Well, with the addition, I didn't roll a 12.
You got a 12.
I got a 12. So, yeah, I'm sure it's maybe a little off-putting to some folks, but a huge guy who seems to have come from, like, a Renaissance fair or something. Though not really, if you want to get accurate about the period costumes, but whatever.
Daniel.
It's just going like, "Hello there, do you need things moved? How can I help you?"
And doctors and nurses immediately start taking you up on that, bringing people to the upper levels, getting supplies, and just working through the chaos as much as they can.
All right. As I'm hauling people, I do offer to pray for them as well while I'm holding them.
A regular knight in shining armor.
Yeah.
Huh?
A few do take you up on it, for the record.
You cut to a surgery theater and like, damn it, we're out of scalpels. If only I had any other sharp object in my immediate vicinity. I'd even take a longsword.
No, don't use Durandal as a scalpel, please.
I'm sorry, is a sword made out of relics not good enough? Okay? This sword is blessed by Christ.
What it lacks in precision, it makes up for in
divinity.
Roland's never seen a scalpel before, has he?
Roland's seen a scalpel before. He knows what knives are.
Yeah, a scalpel is just a smaller knife.
Why would it be that small? That's completely ineffective.
He's not that stupid when it comes to medicine, okay? The people understood some stuff.
He understands the
Anyway.
concept of like he understands the concept of like stabbing people to make them feel better.
Sure.
If anything, he's confused that you don't want to like let the blood.
Exactly. I do know about bloodletting, which is the,
No.
So,
anyways, enough of my hijinks.
coming up behind Mr. Miller, Onyx is gonna look at the person behind the counter. When did it start flooding down there?
Oh, the water's been bad down there for a week, but we've been able to mostly contain it with pumps and the like, but then this rain hit. Because the rain started about yesterday. I know the whole city's in crisis with this, and a lot of them are coming to the hospital, which is not great since we're wildly understaffed right now on account of the torrential rain outside.
Have you ever had any flooding like this before?
It's never happened when I worked here, that's for sure.
I'm going to do my usual invocation of people understand you've also known strangeness. Bystanders will talk to you about weird things they would not trust another hunter or mundane official to believe. I think Izzy, like, I think she started to get confident in her, like, paranormal hunting abilities after the last, let me check the roster, 2 successful hunts. And so I think she's like, I think she kind of like readjusts herself, then leans over the counter and she's like, hey, listen, offers a fry, like shakes her bag of fries, like offering one as if she was offering a cigarette. And she's just like, you notice anything weird around here lately?
Glances over at Wows and Roland.
Okay, anything before we showed up? Things that I'm not aware of, miss. Sorry, let me refer to you at my move. Things that you would not expect anyone else but me to believe.
She takes the fry and does eat it and says, things have been weird for a while here. Ever since the flooding started, we've had animal attacks in the basement.
Uh-huh.
No one's been killed, but we've had some pretty nasty maimings, and no one got a clear look at whatever it was, but I can show you to some of the survivors if you'd like.
Sure, what's a little HIPAA violation between friends? Come on.
Look, do no harm is the important one. The rest,
I don't think that's how it works, but you know what? Yeah, what's this about these weird animal attacks? Let's go. Let's get going.
We put them up on the 3rd floor, so follow me if you'd like.
While Isabel's following the lady from the front desk, I would like to use some magic to observe another place or time. Well, technically another place and time. The basement when the flooding started.
Ooh.
All right, yeah, roll for me.
Well, I get XP.
That's a great place to start.
So if I mark a luck to change a roll to 12, do I still get the XP for rolling 6 or less?
I want to say no.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to choose this is gonna suck.
Okay.
The glitch that I am removing, problematic side effect. So it's weakened, the effect is weakened, the effect's of short duration, I take 1 harm, and the magic draws immediate unwelcome attention.
Okay.
We have to stop letting him cast spells.
So you just get a short glance as once again the area is engulfed in darkness and you see a shimmering hologram of the basement. Fairly industrial hospital basement. This is definitely like part of, the back rooms. They don't treat people here. This is where you keep supplies and maybe do science if you're lucky. As the water level starts slowly rising, the door to the morgue opens and you catch a brief glimpse of a lumbering shape, and then the vision is gone.
So who's still in the lobby with me?
Gale is frantically trying to calm down the orderly after seeing all of this.
Yeah, Miller is also there.
Hey, Miller?
Yes.
And, Onyx is whispering this to hopefully make it so that the receptionist doesn't hear. I think there might be zombies downstairs.
Oh, that is not good.
No. I didn't get a good glimpse, but there was a shambling creature that I saw coming from the morgue.
There's 1 zombie. Oh, okay, that's fine then. That's easy.
One zombie can easily become many.
It is generally frowned upon for dead bodies to move on their own.
Wows flips you off in the
We prefer
background.
generally for that not to happen.
Yeah, I've gotten in trouble for that once or twice.
Generally. There are exceptions, of course.
There's one big exception, but we don't really talk about
There
it a
aren't
lot. Or at least I'm not
supposed to.
supposed to.
Yeah, there was one true exception.
Roland's not here. You can talk about it.
Okay, you're leaving out Lazarus, okay?
There aren't supposed to be exceptions per se, but we make them anyway.
Mr. Miller's like, actually, Lazarus was something else. It's complicated.
Yes.
Yeah, no, Lazarus was actually like a shapeshifter, but like
Oh my god.
we don't have time to get into that.
Is this like JoJo's where Jesus is actually like part of like our order of monster hunters too?
He is now.
He was another pararomantic.
Oh no. Okay, we need to we can't.
Yeah, it turns out Mary Magdalene was actually a succubus, so...
This is like Gabriel Knight, where you find out that the Order of Monster Hunters was founded by the guy who stabbed a spear into Jesus. And Jesus is like, hey, you're good with that spear. Do you want to hunt monsters for me?
Oh, I'm going to super hell for all of this, aren't I?
I was gonna
Yeah.
say
Hey, you'll have company.
the particularly Christian audience members have clicked away now,
True.
giving us a bad review on iTunes. To combat the angry negative reviews on iTunes, everyone else listening should give us like 5 stars on iTunes, right?
Miller, what are you talking about?
In any
what
case,
is Gale doing?
Calming down and orderly. No, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
yeah, can you all convince
This happens
somebody
all the
for
time.
me?
I'm guessing that's... oh, wait.
Manipulate someone, I guess they
guessing that's
call it.
charm,
It is
yeah.
charm, which you happen to be great at, so.
7 plus 3, that's a 10.
All right, you get the nurse to calm down. She is hyperventilating, and she's like, "What the hell was that?
It was nothing. You imagined it.
Today is too weird for this." Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna go with the gaslighting. All right. I'm gonna go back to helping people. And briefly, Isabel went upstairs to check on the victims, right?
Yeah, the one lady was leading me up to see some of the people who'd been attacked by animals in the basement.
Yeah. Can we also say that Roland went with you because Roland's like already in the area doing work?
Yeah, I'm
if-
around.
I don't feel like I could stop him if he saw me and wanted to come with.
Yeah.
Here to help.
You are led to a small collection of rooms with 3 people in each of them, and these people got fucked up. Like, they are covered in bandages and casts, and like only a few of them are conscious, and the ones that are conscious are on a shit ton of morphine.
What fucking animals were you talking about? Like, I think immediately whatever cool that Izzy had vanishes seeing this room, because it's like, when she heard animal attacks, she pictured like, ooh, you know, like, oh, you ran into a raccoon and kind of like bit you and scratched at you, and she looks at this, she's like, was there a mountain lion down there?
As far as we can tell. Take a look at these, and she shows you photographs taken of the wounds before they were bandaged. Yeah, these are claw and bite marks, alright. Big ones. Huge ones.
Can I roll to investigate a mystery here? Try to figure out what's
Go ahead.
going on?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's an 8.
Yeah, funnily enough, I feel like the dude who is like constantly having to like camp out in the open with his armies has probably seen a lot more animal attacks than
Yes.
anyone else in this room.
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah.
true.
So in 8, I get to ask one question, right?
Okay, yeah.
Look, it's maybe a little much, but what sort of creature is it? Can I ask that question based off of these claw marks?
I can give you some information akin to that based on these
Yeah.
wounds, yes.
Exactly.
I feel like sort is a very flexible word.
Yeah.
Yeah, because these are definitely animal wounds. You've seen stuff like this. Mostly, the claw marks look like they came from a bear attack. Like, the kind of, like, huge-ass bear that tears people to shreds. The
So we're
bite marks, though, you're not too sure about.
Desert bears, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Fuck.
So we're talking about something big.
Well, whether it's a cougar or a bear, Gale's into it.
Honestly, mad respect, but
Got
you
'em.
probably won't be into this one. Actually, I don't know how strong of a monster fucker you are. Like,
You underestimate Gale.
I was gonna
I
say,
clearly-
this is Gale we're talking about.
We haven't got into it yet.
Hey there, what are you doing here at Yellowstone National Park? Oh, no reason. I'm not here for anything in particular. Wink.
In any event, well, the claw marks are definitely something like a bear. The teeth marks, you don't recognize. They still look natural. Bite marks themselves are pretty, like, long. Like, whatever it had a huge maw. And there's some torn flesh. A lot of torn flesh. It's grisly. It's bad. But
So it's grizzly, and the claw marks look like they came from a bear. I feel like I'm putting this together.
I'm not. I don't know what a grizzly bear is.
she was right. This is an animal attack. What animal? You're not entirely sure because it looks like there were fucking 2 of them.
Okay. We might be dealing with a chimera.
Hmm.
I relay that stuff and I give my thought that we might be dealing with a chimera.
How does the nurse respond to that?
It makes as much sense as anything else I've heard.
How do you have
We've-
Okay.
See? Okay. Yeah.
Izzy is like not sure she buys that because she's still like, this was the politest way to describe these maulings as an animal attack. Like,
What would you have said?
I don't know. I'm talking mostly from Izzy's perspective. I'm
Izzy is
not
just still
criticizing.
not over this.
Like, yeah, because yeah, it's like animal attacks in the basement. Oh, so okay, got bitten a little. All right. Oh my fucking god!
Hey,
Why did I go to
But, like,
see
okay,
this?
you wanted weird, and I present to you very weird.
Okay,
And
but important
look, we've been-
question. Oh, sorry.
It's so
We've been
stun
trying
locked.
to deal with this, okay? We have, but we've been trying to keep this a little on the down low because fucking obviously.
I mean, fair. Do you at least know if it's still there in the basement?
I put my hand on my sword as you asked that question,
Yeah.
as I am
We
starting
have-
to put together why we're here.
We've been getting reports of attacks as close as yesterday. There still might be going on. They might be more. We don't know. The flooding has made information a nightmare to get through.
Understandable. Well, I'll go deal with it. Direct me to the beats.
Yeah, before they leave, Izzy turns around. She pulls out her phone. She's like, "Do you mind if I take a few pictures of those pictures?"
Help yourself.
I don't need to get information immediately from this because I do. You are the GM. You could just state that none of the people in my Discord saw this notification. But she, of course, immediately like takes some of those pictures and then spoiler tagging them with CW blood and blood and violence or whatever. It's like, do you guys recognize what could fucking cause this shit?
Someone
Actually, no.
Someone immediately goes, "Look, that content warning was underselling that a little."
I was thinking the other immediate response is Jeff going, "Are you sure it's not a bear?"
Jeff does say, "Are you sure it's not a bear?"
That's like the only message I get for a while. And we can just let that simmer at a dramatic moment.
Yeah, but I want to go down to the lobby. I know how stairs work, the elevators aren't
Yeah.
working, so
Oh,
whatever.
that's good.
I'm just going to keep going down the stairs. And as I walk through the lobby, I want to motion towards, Miller and everybody, the gang, and be like, "Come! I found our quarry. There's a chimera in the basement." And I pulled my sword out and I'm walking down there.
It could be a zombie.
Aw, shit, we got a chimera and a zombie? Damn!
Yeah, you guys are getting looks for this.
We must consider the possibility of a zombie chimera.
Roland, what makes you think it's a chimera?
Multiple mouths.
I pull out the picture. I pull out my phone and show you all the pictures of the wounds.
Okay, so it's like big claws slash apart and one long mouth. Like the bite marks are long.
The claws and the bites are inconsistent of being from the same animal. So it must be a combination of animals. Therefore, chimera. I don't know why we're standing around discussing this. This sort of conversation panics those who are not used to fighting beasts. Come, we must go.
Could it be a werewolf?
I'm like walking as we go, but I go, it could be multiple animals.
Or just something with a lot of heads.
A chimera, yes. I suppose it could be a werewolf. Actually, that does make a certain sort of sense. But
Here, let me.
we don't have time for this. I just want to go into the basement. Let's go, right now. You! Direct
What
me
if-
to the basement.
What if it's two werewolves, but one of them is perpetually in the wolf state and the other is perpetually in the man state?
And one of them always tells the truth and one of them always lies. I don't care, okay? Let's go.
That's just a dude with a wolf.
All right, I'm going.
Izzy's following.
I just make sure Wows is going to be okay while I run off.
Oh, Wows is definitely following you guys.
I would love to imagine that after our whole fucking conversation there of like back and forth, it's a chimera, it's a werewolf, it's a zombie. Someone in the waiting room who actively looks like they are dying gets up and leaves.
Nope, fuck this. I'm out.
Yeah, it's like, I will go to the next hospital.
Well, it has a lot of hospitals.
Exactly.
Yeah. They need him.
Yeah.
So we're heading
Wows
to the
is
basement.
following you guys on this one.
Yeah, Wows did say he wanted to come here, I guess.
Yeah.
Gale assures you, everyone.
You are led down to the basement level. There are still people bringing up boxes and floating beds through it because the water is waist high at this point.
Down in the basement?
Mm-hmm.
Is Onyx's dry spell still active?
I'll say.
I would like to say yes. You rolled the magic, so I'm gonna say yes. So there is like a little bubble around Onyx that's keeping Onyx perfectly dry.
Yeah. But it's like extremely thin.
Yeah, it's like, maybe like 5 millimeters away from my body where the water is.
But it does mean that you have a lot better maneuverability than everybody else. The water is moving out of his way, so he can walk like someone who isn't waist deep in water. The rest of you guys are waist deep in water.
Also, they.
They, my bad.
All good.
I almost wonder if Izzy would stop at the step and be like, yeah, I'll wait back here for you guys, and just like sits down at the top of the stairway.
Right. If it tries to escape, you'll have to stop it.
She sighs and just pulls out her blicky and puts it on her thigh.
Blicky?
We all know
My
what
gun.
blickies are, definitely, but, for the audience, what is a blicky?
I've literally never heard someone call a gun that before.
The only way I know of that word and the reason I use it so much is because of a joke from a Nakey Jakey video. But it is supposedly real slang for like a handgun.
I will take your word for it. All right. Well,
It's weird, but I've heard it.
Yeah, everybody, we all got different slang here and there. All right, and I just start wandering through. My sword is out, so I can sort of keep it above the water, and I just keep shouting, "Everyone, get out of here! There's a horrible creature. Actually, has anyone seen it? Direct me to the horrible creature. There's a chimera."
you pass by a doctor who says, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And then he's pulled underwater.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Hate to see it.
You can see the form of him start to like thrash around, like there's already blood in the water as his body is being dragged away while it is being rolled through the water, basically. The Discord pings for you, Isabel, and says, "Hey, isn't that a crocodile bite mark?"
Oh no.
I dive after him.
It's moving very fast, so
Well, I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna-
act under pressure to help this guy.
yes, absolutely. Go for it.
Can I use magic to assist this?
I got a 7.
The body is moving too fast for you to properly get a spell out in time. Roland is the first person to react. And you got a 7.
Yes.
You do manage to catch up with him, and you start trying to pull him away from whatever under the water has him. You're not going to out-strength this thing, but it's only attached to his arm.
Oh, well, good thing my sword's very sharp.
Sometimes you have to choose
Look
between...
at me, sir. It's going to be okay. And I'm going to do it. That's going to be the tough choice. Very tough choice for, I know plenty of people have lost arms and go on to live great lives.
Give him the old bear trap maneuver.
It's like, the guy's like, "Wait, what the And he's still screaming, for the record. Like, he doesn't say, "Wait, what the fuck?" because he is screaming for his fucking life.
No, I'll take it. I was going to say, couldn't I just use my sword on the thing that has him? But,
You can't see the thing.
Okay. Whatever. No, I'll do it.
Okay.
I'm very tough. Do you want me to roll to
Just on my notes here, Roland cut
take
it.
No.
his arm off? Or
Nope. That's
Okay.
just something you can do on this one.
all right.
It's a good thing we're in a hospital.
Yes.
Very much so.
Don't worry.
He passes out, and you see the blood trail from the severed arm continue to move very quickly through the water and round a corner, where you lose sight of it.
This man needs a surgeon. That cool word for surgeon that we say in old-timey times. And I just follow. Now we got a trail to follow.
I just had a thought for a move I might. Isabel does just kind of wander around with a crappy laptop. I want her role that she decided to try and get into like the hospital CCTV cameras because she read about how a lot of these systems don't change like their IP addresses or passwords. So she's just idly checking, and I want her to like roll to access like the basement security cameras on the hospital circuit to try. I don't know
Yeah.
if that'd be investigate a mystery or read a bad situation.
I mean, they're both roll with sharp, so how about this? Roll with sharp, and I'll tell you what you see.
Okay, so that is an 8 total.
You see Roland swimming after a blood trail, having kind of just left an armless dude in the care of the nearest doctor.
I'm glad there was a doctor nearby.
Who is probably freaking out just a little bit after seeing somebody amputate an arm with a big fuck off sword.
I feel
can
like Miller is chasing after Roland as well.
with that move, could we call it read a bad situation so I can ask, are there any dangers we haven't noticed? Because that would be a one hole if it was read a bad situation.
Yeah, I'll give that to you.
No. Anyway. No.
You don't see any other creatures, that's for sure. You see the blood trail round a corner, and then you see the arm just kind of float up to the surface. It appears to no longer be dragging it, which means that it has gone under the water and is stealthy again.
Here,
Someone get this arm back to the man who lost it.
You want to go get it?
I suppose I can do that. Because Miller can teleport. Okay, here's the thing. He has to roll to carry 1 or 2 people with him, but this is an arm. Is it enough of a person that I need to roll?
Because it's very funny if you get this wrong, so I'm going to say yes.
Part of the soul is stored in the limbs.
It happens, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, this guy was a doctor. Yes, part of his soul was stored in his limbs. Like, he needed his hands.
Okay, so good news. I did roll a 10. I do go where I wanted.
All right. You double back with your teleportation and drop off the arm with the guy who is currently reaching the exit to the basement and is climbing up the stairs. So, Isabel, you get to see this madness.
She just it's almost like she's in college. She just scooches her in her bag, like, to the left to give them room. Just to get out of their way.
I blink
Avoiding
into
eye
existence
contact.
in front of these doctors, and I'm like, I have your arm. Here you go.
No arm, no foul.
Look, between the animal attacks and the flooding, everyone in the hospital is in a sure, fuck it kind of mood today.
Is no arm, no foul the name of the episode?
It is now.
Absolutely.
It is now.
Oh my god, it was so bad that Craig left.
Craig, no!
Pardon me for interrupting the episode, but I just wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you all for listening to Daniel's Dread Tales. If our normal episodes are not enough for you, you can join us the last Sunday of every month at 9 p.m. Eastern for a live stream on our YouTube channel or live on Twitch under my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/magicalhack. Thank you very much once again, and hey, if you could drop a 5-star rating on your podcast player of choice, that would be awesome.
The joke was so bad that Craig objected.
So, yeah, Isabel, you are witness to this madness, and Mr. Miller, what are you doing?
Well, I've just handed off the arm. I think I'm gonna pop back over to Roland, because the buddy system is vital in a situation like this.
Yeah, and Izzy
Very
is
much
just staying
so.
on the steps, like, I feel like she's just switching between camera feeds randomly.
Yeah, Izzy doesn't need a buddy.
Hey,
Yeah, definitely not.
Mr. Miller, take me with you, because I was basically kind of stuck in limbo, and I'm figuring I was probably still in that first room after everybody bolted.
All right, let's see how this goes, because I need to roll again.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Yeah, so I rolled a 5.
You get
What's
XP.
your weird?
What's that?
I do get XP, that's true.
Okay, yeah, read to me off the failure condition of that.
So it says, on a 10 plus, you all go where you want it. On a 7 to 9, you don't quite manage it. It doesn't say anything happens when you fail.
I could do something really funny right now.
The 7 to 9 does say either
Do
you
it.
are all separated or you all appear in the wrong place. So a fail, you somewhere worse than that, I think, makes sense as the fail.
So, Onyx is not with you when you teleport.
Mhm.
And you kind of crash land, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and for some reason in this room, the water is only ankle deep,
Okay.
but it's super cold in there.
Oh
You glance
no.
around You're in the morgue.
Oh, no.
Now, did Onyx just stay where they were?
Yeah, Onyx, you were just like, what the fuck was that?
That asshole! He was supposed to take me with him!
You're pissed at me for fucking up.
Yeah, but the morgue has been kind of like twisted into this like makeshift little hideaway. There are definitely carcasses in here.
Yeah, well,
Human
I mean,
carcasses.
Yeah, it's a morgue.
there are loose carcasses.
Yeah, they're like, it's funny. Actually, there are some people in body bags on the floors. It's like they were taken out of the little morgue holes. What are those called?
Lockers?
Slabs?
Yeah, those.
Morgue drawers. It is morgue drawer. That's right.
They have been removed from the morgue drawers, but the morgue drawers are still closed.
Isn't a
Troubling.
carcass usually an animal and not a
These
Well,
things,
if you want to be respectful.
these things don't look human anymore. After what the hybrid has done to them, they do not
The
look
wha-
human anymore.
Yeah, I told you it was a chimera.
I mean, we're not really beating around that bush anymore.
I feel like I should probably read a bad situation.
Okay.
I'm just trying to find where it is in the rule book.
Well, you roll with sharp.
Okay,
Page 117. Bye.
so that's a 9 plus 1 is a 10.
Nice. You get to hold 3 and ask from the following questions. What's my best way in? What's my best way out? Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? What's the biggest threat? What's most vulnerable to me? And what's the best way to protect the victims?
Okay, so the first thing I should ask is what's the biggest threat?
The creature is not here.
Okay.
That said, you do hear movement from inside the morgue drawers.
That leads me directly into my next question. Are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
You hear weird noises from the morgue drawers.
Against your own better judgment, you open one of the morgue drawers and you see this. It's really hard to describe. It's like this tiny, shaggy reptile that just emerged from an egg.
All right, that's bad.
Like the bits of eggshell are still around it.
That is
Yeah. It's not great, and you do hear sounds coming from other morgue drawers now.
okay. What is the best way to protect the victims? The people who are
The
not
victims
dead
being
yet.
you. Okay, well, I'd start. What you can do in the immediate moment is prop any morgue door that currently is making noise closed.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Like barricade the shit out of any of them that you can.
So I can
Using the materials at hand.
so I can close those and lock those. I assume I can lock morgue doors.
Yeah, morgue doors can lock.
I mean, presumably we're working with something that is intelligent enough to know how to open these doors based on the fact that they're open.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good short term. I'm gonna go ahead and do that, if nothing else.
Very wise.
And then I guess I have another question, which I'm not sure how to ask this rulebook wise, but where is the flooding coming from in this room? Can I make that determination?
Yeah, the door is closed, but it's not watertight. So you seem to be in an area that's just slightly elevated compared to the rest of the basement.
Okay.
In other words, it's an air bubble where this thing has set up its nest.
Okay.
Wow,
Now-
it's a lot longer than I thought it was.
Now, I have an opportunity to fulfill the request of my superiors to flood this place. How could I go about doing that?
Well,
Well, I could
There's
start by
always magic.
opening the door.
yes, opening the door is a good first step.
I'm going to go ahead and open it.
And at that moment, we're going to smash cut to somewhere else.
Onyx, after being left behind, is going to tear off towards the morgue because that's where they know that this thing has come from. And Roland's off doing God knows what.
I mean, I'm chasing after the thing.
Yeah.
I'm going with Roland.
Great.
Though, when you guys do reach where the arm was let go, you've hit a dead end. The blood pool stops here, and you can't see the creature.
Am I seeing anything on the security cameras?
No, you are not. Though you do take a moment to glance over your laptop, and the water has started to move at the bottom of the stairs.
Scooch up one step.
A massive, gigantic leg pops out of water, slams down on the stairs, and starts dragging this ungodly creature up. It is exactly what you thought it was. It's some kind of hybrid between a crocodile and a bear. It's huge, it's vicious looking, and it is staring right the fuck at you.
So 2 things are going to happen in quick succession. Actually, I'd like to propose 2.5 things happen in quick succession in the Discord chat, away from her intention. Finally, like, one of them, like, fucking the real Gendo Akari, I guess, maybe chimes in. It's like, so I compared all the different marks, and they seem to be somehow both crocodile and grizzly bear, like, attack marks. But what's happening in real time is, one, my first encounter move for cryptid sighting hits, where whenever I first see a new type of creature, I get to immediately ask and investigate a mystery. What can hurt it?
Ooh, good call.
It better be
They're just
swords.
looking at this thing. Does it look like I could shoot it with, I don't know, a gun?
Would trolling hurt it?
Emotionally.
The
Nathan?
scales above it, like, just working through the answer. Its scales look pretty fucking thick. It's the muscle, like the sheer dense muscle of a grizzly bear with the additional armor of a crocodile's outer layer. This thing is tough. But you do remember one thing about crocodiles, because, you're a nerd, so you might know this off the top of your head. Their bellies are softer.
She's seeing her life flash before her eyes, but it stops on the time she was watching Zabumafu and they said something about that. And at that point, like, time kicks back in. Before I describe the physical things I do, I am going to roll to kick some ass. Let me roll 2d6 -1. Oh, no. Please, God, no. Okay, so I got a 6, and then I got a 1. So that is a 6 total. Yeah, so Nathan, what I was going to try and do, this, you can say wherever this cuts off and I, like, start getting my ass kicked. I think Izzy opened by throwing her laptop that was, like looking at all the security cameras at this thing, just like immediate reflex, this is in my hands. And just throws it, and then she just grabs her pistol and starts unloading her clip. Like, no control. She's not even using it with both hands. Just, like, firing it, almost like she's trying to throw the bullets out of her gun.
Well, all the bullets that do hit, and there aren't a lot of them, kind of bounce off its outer shell, and it lunges at you and grabs your leg.
Oh, Izzy is screaming bloody murder.
Also, everybody else, you hear screaming.
Yeah, as soon as Onyx hears the screaming, they're gonna double back to where that is, because they can probably tell that it's Isabel's voice.
Yeah, how much harm do I take, by the way, Nathan, with it, like, clawing at my leg?
Well,
17.
17 harm?
If it was in the water right now, you would be basically dead instantly. But it's not in the water right now, so you take 4 harm because it's still a crocodile bear.
Did it take my leg off?
No, but it grabbed it and it started rolling.
Izzy is absolutely... Okay, I guess you'd said if I was in the water, I would be dead already, so I guess I'm not dragged away yet, but she is freaking the geek out.
Thank God you're in a hospital, right?
Yeah.
I have a question. So I was following this thing, and then it went down. Am I able to still follow the one I was chasing after? I understand that there's screaming coming from back there, but do I have a bead on the one that I was chasing?
No. As far as you can tell, it's the same one, and it doubled back. It swam right between you and everyone you were with, and you didn't even notice it.
Is Izzy, like, about to lose her leg, screaming bloody murder? You over here, like, I'm so embarrassed that I lost the trail.
What's Wows up to at this moment?
Wows is still walking in the direction of the morgue.
Well, I'm gonna go with him, despite the screaming.
No one's gonna help Izzy.
Onyx is coming to help Izzy.
Say that.
I said I was doubling back.
Okay.
Yeah,
am I.
and Onyx, as the closest person, you get there first, and you see this nightmare of a sight.
Okay.
Ooh, handouts.
So Onyx is going to pull out the glass shard and use it as a focus for the next bit of combat magic they're going to do. Now, would you say that I can get within close range of this thing?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm gonna get within close range, and I'm going to blast it with fire. And I'm going to add necromantic to it. So it's combat magic, so I'm picking blast, fire, which I just got, and necromantic to give it life drain. I got boxcars. So that's 14. But yeah, I rolled boxcars.
Nice. Nicely done.
And it is going to take 4 fire damage, minus anything that it resists. And I'm going to heal my damage.
It resists the necrotic damage. Whatever life drain would deal is cut in half, and
Okay.
it already has 2 armor, so I'm gonna say you do 2
2 damage? Yep, that's
2
fine.
damage to it.
So yeah, what Isabel sees is Onyx kind of comes around the corner into this room, pulls out this orange shard of glass, and just kind of points with the same hand at this monstrosity. Mutters a few words and waves their other hand around and does like a throwing motion, almost like they're throwing a fastball, except the small like black mote of eldritch energy hits this thing and flares up into this glorious black flame and then kind of dies out quickly.
Well, it's not mauling Izzy's leg anymore. It has taken notice of you, unfortunately.
That tracks.
But also you did hurt it a little bit. So it leaps up and past you and dives into the water, and the moment it hits the water, it ducks underneath it and you can't see it anymore. Shit's gone.
So I'm running back. Do I see it go under the water? Can I see it? Can I stab it? I want to hit it with my sword.
You do see it disappear under the water.
Cool. I'm going to try to hit it with my sword.
Okay. Yeah. I'm sure trying to kill an aquatic predator while it's underwater is a great idea.
Yeah, well, unless we have a way to drain all the water here, this is what I'm going to have to do.
Yeah, if only somebody was redirecting the water into another room as we speak.
We'll get to you in a second.
Well, I got a 14.
Okay.
Nice.
I highly suggest you protect yourself from harm on this one, by the way.
I do have bonus armor against it.
So all that's going on, Izzy is just fucking bleeding on the steps because putting me at 4 harm means I am unstable.
Yeah, I'm not going to take harm. I'm going to protect myself from harm, but I'm going to hit it.
All right. You do manage to clip it with your sword. It doesn't do much. 1 harm total. But
My sword
does
does
do
3
something.
harm.
yeah, it's also an aquatic predator underwater that has 2 armor.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
That is something about Monster of the Week. The game explicitly says, until you figure out the monster's weak point, you can't kill it. And as the GM, you can bend the rules however you like to make sure they don't.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I'm going to drive this thing off. I'm doing the best I can at it. Ah! God! Fucking...
One piece of very good news. As you clip it with your sword, it smacks you with its tail and knocks you back, but you manage to block it with your sword, and you actually chipped its armor just ever so slightly, and now it's bleeding again. Well, it's bleeding for the first time. And you see the trail of blood, and you can follow it. You now have an idea of where it is.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Yeah.
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 Generally the way that goes.
Just like gargoyles.
It's going in the direction of the morgue.
That's bad for me.
I'll be fine.
Izzy is on the stairs, like, grasping one of the railings, like, just frozen and bleeding out, kind of.
Thankfully, the screaming also attracted doctors, so, like,
Yeah.
people are rushing
Well-
to your aid immediately.
Onyx is also rushing over to Izzy because they have something they can do as well in this situation to help.
By all means.
I am going to heal because that is something that I am, a little bit better than average at.
Yeah, absolutely. Lord knows she needs it.
Yup. So use magic. 11.
Banger rolls today.
Ah.
Wish
Yeah,
I'd gotten
wow.
that when I was trying to hurt this thing.
So Isabel heals 1 harm, which should put you out of unstable.
So I'm at least not bleeding to death.
Yeah, your wounds start to stitch together. Your leg's definitely broken, but at the very least, you're not bleeding anymore.
She manages a shaky thumbs up to Onyx. Like, she is still struck dumb by that experience. I think this works perfectly with what I said earlier, that she'd started to get, like, a sense of, cool, I'm great at this, we're so good at this, and this is the fucking hunt where she nearly gets dragged underwater and murdered by a crocodile bear.
Go to Yakadile.
Yeah.
And for the record, yes, I did just choose the two animals in nature that scare me the most.
That's fair.
Fair enough.
Well, if you're being attended to, then I'm back after this thing that's going to the morgue.
Mm-hmm.
And although I think you guys are going to run into it that are already either going towards the morgue or are in the morgue. We'll see it first. But I am not trying to come up with some deep, crazy strategy. I'm going to keep going up to it and hitting it with my sword until it is dead.
As it stands, it is faster than you, but
Oh,
you
I
can
know.
keep
Yeah.
track of it, so you can follow it. Meanwhile, we're going to cut back to Mr. Miller. So Mr. Miller opens the door for the morgue and immediately sees Gale and Wows having just arrived themselves. And Wows just kind of pushes past you and goes into the morgue.
Does some water come as well?
A little bit, but you can see a section of like a very small flight of stairs that's like down the hallway. You know how like some places have like slightly raised levels just on the same floor?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's where the morgue is located. So on the area you are in, the water is only ankle deep, but you kind of want to fix that. So
Yeah. Now,
Oh, hey, Millie, when did you get here?
long story.
it's really not though.
Is
It's been 5 minutes. Can't be that
the
long.
floor is the floor above this one flooded as well?
Hell if I know. Should it be?
Well, considering the torrential rain, there's definitely a lot of water above you.
Seems a weird thing to be concerned about right
And
now.
there are no
There's a monster around.
like windows because this is the basement,
Morgue is a bad place for windows.
or is there one of those basement windows that's like right at the top?
Yeah, there is one of those basement windows that's right at the top, and you can see like outside, and it is fully submerged. Like the rain's bad.
I'm opening the window. I'm not explaining to either of them why. I'm just doing it.
Question the OSHA acceptance of this the adherence of this hospital for if there's a window in the morgue. Like, is that allowed?
I genuinely don't know.
Yeah.
Definitely
And
not.
Morgues have windows.
These ones
You're doing
do.
the
In
exact same thing I was thinking of
In
doing.
redacted, they have.
So,
they
because-
don't care.
One thing that I do know is like it's legally required for any house, any like bedroom to have a window like on one of its walls.
And a morgue is like your final bedroom.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is basically my thought process.
In case you need a way out.
Anyway, so this morgue has a window, and Miller is going to open it.
Yeah. I say to the other two, keep watch for me in case something happens while I'm doing this.
Sure. What's going on in here? Looks like some corpses, some noises, I guess.
The creature has babies.
Ugh, gross.
The good news is the babies can't breathe underwater.
That seems weird considering what we know.
I don't think alligators can breathe underwater either.
Yeah, alligators are.
That's-
Oh, we're
Or-
dealing with a crocodile. Oh no!
Izzy, quick, Google alligators.
She's just lying, like panting back on the thing, googling. It's like, so the difference between alligators and crocodiles is the one has a longer and thinner snout.
Yeah, but I think like they do have to bring their snouts above water every so often to breathe.
Yeah, alligators
Yes, that is
are born on land.
Hey, Isabel,
Yeah.
you doing okay?
No.
You'll be fine. You're not dying. You know how I tend to have access to things from other worlds? Do you think it'd be a good idea for me to summon a water spirit here?
I hate this. I hate it so much.
So wait, sorry. What were you asking, Izzy?
Do you think it'd be a good idea if I summoned, something like, an undine, a water spirit?
Are you like shouting back to the staircase having this conversation?
No, I'm actually still at the staircase.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, for some reason I thought
Yeah.
you were in the morgue with everyone else.
No, I stayed back to heal you.
Fair enough. I was like, I've lost a lot of blood, but I don't see how it could make things worse.
That's the right attitude to take when monster hunting.
I like the cut of your jib. So, Nathan,
Mhm.
Onyx is going to attempt to summon an Undine.
All right.
9, 10. That would be an 11 for my summoning.
All right. That means it goes really well, right?
Yep.
It coalesces from the murky water of the flooded basement, kind of forming into this small cluster of floating spheres of water in the air. It'll generally follow your directions for the moment.
Oh, since I've been directly told to keep watch, should I roll a read a bad situation? That feels fitting.
Yes, actually, that's a great idea.
Wow. I got a boxcars. Well, for a total of 13.
Yeah, ask away.
Oh no, I need to find questions?
What's my best way in? What's my best way out? Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? What's the biggest threat? What's most vulnerable to me? And what's the best way to protect the victims?
What's the best way to protect the victims?
I assume me and Wows are the victims in this context.
I assume all three of us.
Yeah. Well, flooding the morgue will get rid of the creature's young, but it will definitely be a problem when it comes to actually fighting the creature, since, aquatic predator.
I have an idea when it comes to that when I have
I thought you might, to be honest. I thought you might. I mean,
Put 'em at me.
It
Let's
is
go.
kind of perfect solution. Before we get to Daniel's chase and the presence of the hybrid, real quick, Wows is shifting through parts of the, for lack of a better term, nest. Like, kind of digging through bodies and broken equipment and bone until finally they find what they were looking for and holds up a small glass tube filled with pure black.
What you got there?
Wows holds it out to you, and it is abundantly clear that it is the same substance that comprises Wows.
That's not good. Let's just
It
put
is
that
not.
in my pocket for now.
With Wows' mission relatively complete, it goes back to joining you on Lookout. You think that's what Wows is doing, but it's really hard to tell at all times.
That's fair, yes.
Anyway, you do have 2 more holds for questions.
What's the best way out?
Both the window that's about to open and the door itself would be effective escape methods. The window is the one that doesn't involve doubling back to see a giant, ungodly crocodile bear monster. That's a good desperate times, desperate measures option.
On the other hand...
Oh, I got another even more desperate one. We're in a room full of drawers.
On the other hand, we do need to take care of the crocodile monster.
Yes.
Someone does. That doesn't need to be me.
Yeah, I got a sword.
Do
You don't have a sword.
you want to save that last question, or just go ahead and ask it now?
I'll save it.
Which is good, because at that moment, you hear the thud of something big coming to land. The creature has entered the hallway and is
Miller?
slowly walking towards the morgue.
Yes.
We didn't think of an alert word.
I think alert may be fine.
How about dynamo? I like dynamo.
Dynamo works.
All right, so dynamo.
Oh, and Miller turns around to face the door.
Yeah, I guess we didn't determine how difficult opening the window would be. It's security glass, and it's sealed pretty tight right now just because of the water pressure.
Okay, so we'll probably need to strike it.
Yeah, either strike it or cast magic to open it.
I'm trying to decide because Miller would definitely want to break it ASAP because of divine intervention, but that would make all of our lives much harder for this fight that's about to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I think Dynamo has alerted. I think dealing with this threat is more pertinent than flooding the room. So I think
Okay.
I'm gonna give up on the window for now.
And you see the creature round the corner and enter the morgue, look at you both with hate in its eyes, and roar. 30 feet back, you hear Roland screaming like a maniac, chasing after the thing with a sword.
Oh, Roland's got it. No worries.
When Onyx hears the creature roaring, they're going to look at the Undine and say, "Great water spirit, I implore you, restrain that creature. Keep its head under the water, but keep it still."
Keep it belly up, preferably.
Yes, belly up preferably.
You know what? I'm gonna give that one to you. Just as you're arriving, Roland, you see that little cluster of water spirits, and presumably, like Onyx, trying to catch up behind them, fly into the morgue and disappear into the ankle-deep water before a massive jet flips the creature over, and 2 bands made of water pop over the creature's currently upside-down head and solidify into ice.
I mean, if you don't mind, you know what I'm gonna do, right? Like, I'm gonna take my sword,
Yeah, I do.
and I'm going to hit him with my divine sword, Durandal.
And I will give you bonus damage because this thing is the most vulnerable it will be right now.
I got a 13.
Oh, hell
Nice.
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. And I'll expose... Ooh, no. I want to say I'll expose myself to damage to do more damage, but that would imply that I'm letting it get free. So no, I won't do that.
I mean, to be fair, it's just because I'm the game master and I do want this to be a fight, it probably will get free after this anyway. Exposing yourself to danger just means that after it gets free, you're the first guy it's looking at.
Cool, great. That's what I'm here for. All right, no, I definitely do that. Okay.
You're like, that's fine with me. Let's go.
Yeah, my big sword does 3 damage. Let's go. Well, bam. Or however much damage it does.
And you said you're dealing great harm?
Yeah, I'm going to deal great harm.
Plus the bonus, I'm going to really give it to you and say you do 5 damage.
Hell yeah. Bam!
It's that really fucked it up. Like, it's got a huge gash on its stomach now, but the pain gives it enough adrenaline to smash through the ice that's holding its head down and whacks you with its tail as it gets up.
That'll happen.
And this time, you can't block it, and it smashes into your shoulder, dealing 2 harm.
I'm a warrior. I always take 1 less harm if I'm fighting against things that are monsters or using old weapons. So I'm going to take 1 harm.
Yeah, that's a dislocated shoulder at worst.
Yeah.
And I know
fun.
dislocated shoulders are horrible, but, like,
yeah,
you're rolling from history, so...
You know, I also have a shield which gives me 1 more armor.
Okay, so you just feel nothing.
Yeah, I just sort of, I hold up thankfully my shield will protect me.
Good thing I had armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's mad now.
Yeah.
It's very mad now.
If I strike it from behind, will it be fine because of its armor?
At this point, it's weak enough and on dry land that it will still take less damage, but I think at this point you guys are in a position where you can kill it.
Yeah, because it's sort of a pincher attack to a certain extent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna kick some ass. I'm not gonna kick some ass, actually. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll a 4.
Well, someone's ass is getting kicked.
It's a 6 because I have 2 tough, but like, damn.
That's not better.
Yeah.
I mean, you have luck.
I do have luck.
I mean, I know exactly what I'm gonna do if you fail this, so it's your decision.
All right, you know what? Who am I to say no to the GM? I'm failing.
I appreciate you, Isaiah. You're a real one. Giving me a hostage last game, allowing yourself to doom the whole crew right now.
Oh, hold on a second.
I'm mostly exaggerating, but it spins around before you can strike at it, and stands up on its hind legs. Now you're starting to see the more bare part of it.
Yeah.
And it grabs you and throws you into the window.
Oh my god.
The window cracks, and the room is now slowly filling with water. And
no.
now the creature is much angrier because, now it's all the babies are gonna die.
How much harm are we looking at for me?
3.
Okay. So I do have armor, so that makes it a little bit better, but reasonable, I think.
Would have loved some of that. Yeah, Izzy is just still back, like delirious. I think like the doctor's handed her some Advils on the stairs, and so we just get a shot of her like leaning her head back on the stairs, just like pouring like the Advil on her face and just lying.
Oh, dog,
there.
You are on so much morphine right now.
You know that scene from the Simpsons movie where they like electrocute the lake? Why don't we just do that? Just
Honestly, that was something I had in mind as something you guys could do, but right now you're all standing in the water too, so it's probably a bad idea.
Well, I mean, I would be safe.
Yes, you would be safe.
Angels are immune to electricity, probably.
Maybe.
I mean,
I
Uriel
don't
very
even have
much
to be
wasn't
here
immune to
anymore.
fire, so
That's true.
in any event, it's now angrier and faster, and it turns to look at you, Gale. Yeah,
It looks hot.
it's gonna... How do you rate it on your monster fucker scale, Gale? Like, what are we dealing with here?
3 or 4.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it is just animals, so, like,
That's frowned upon.
it's one of the more natural things you've thought.
Yeah. Not even monster enough.
Not into normals.
God, I hate it here. Anyway. Yeah, it's gonna lunge at you.
All right. I have so many ideas.
Alright, well, to give you a starting place to do so, WoW steps in front of you and has started grappling the thing on equal terms.
All right. That makes sense. I would like to use some magic.
Hmm.
This will draw on the power of my bond, so I'm using charm instead of weird. If I fail, it will do some bond abuse.
I mean, that makes sense. It is currently fighting a gator bear for you, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to stick my hand down its throat.
What the fuck?
Yeah, alright, this is gonna go well.
Yeah. I'll roll and I'll tell you how well it goes.
Yeah, predictable Gale move. Stick my hand. All these other hunts are Gales. I'm like, I want to stick my hand down his throat. It's like, that's not going to do anything this time.
12, right?
Yep.
Oh my god. It sure the fuck is.
Yeah, what I'm gonna do is get inside it and try to make all the shadow within it one.
Okay.
You want to get inside it.
That's Gale's thing.
I mean, it tracks.
That's true.
Just a sloughing away of definitions to render this thing hollow in a way that is disgusting to behold.
Because that succeeded with exceptional style, as you stick your hand down its throat, like immediately you can feel the shadows inside of the thing. Like it is rife with that shit. And just as it's about to snap your arm clean off, you can focus and all of the shadows bursts out of it like in spikes going in every direction before coming back in and coalescing in your hand into a single sphere of darkness.
Neat.
Just gonna... Sorry, I should have told you guys to look away for that.
Yeah.
And under no uncertain terms, that killed the fuck out of it.
Damn.
There are now 2 creatures in the room with leaking pits for eyes.
Yeah.
Question the first.
Mhm.
Is my Undine spirit that I summoned still kicking about / under my control?
Yeah, you've got a few more minutes with it.
Question the second. Has anybody relayed the fact that they're young?
Well, you can hear them at this point.
Onyx is then going to look at the Undine or wherever they're kind of coalescing at the moment and drown them, please. Pointing at the morgue drawers where the critters are.
You swear you hear the Undine giggle.
Oh,
Oh,
don't like
no.
The little cluster of orbs flies up to the window, comes in contact with the stream of water that's coming from it, and the window shatters. But all of the water starts flowing and moving in a super unnatural... It's not pouring into the room, it's pouring around the walls and covering the morgue drawers.
Eee. Ooh.
Oh, I think our job's done.
That said, you all probably should get out of there before your time with the Undine is up and the room floods for real.
Yeah.
Hey,
We should probably be gone.
where is Izzy?
I think Izzy is deliriously singing Ocean Man back on the staircase.
Mr. Miller is actually asking this?
Yeah.
She's back at the stairs.
Ocean Man.
Receiving medical attention at the moment when I ran this way.
Medical attention.
Some of the people at the hospital are trying to drag her upstairs to receive actual attention. She's like, no, you don't understand. My friends are down there. One of them's an angel. One of them is the mythological hero Roland. And they're like, yes, honey, we know. We understand. Yeah, we'll come back and get Roland and this angel.
Izzy, come on. It's time for a call with the devil or something.
Do we need to be concerned about the consequences of this Undine being here?
Can you send it back?
Either way, we need to be off.
Yes,
No. Hold on. We did not just kill one monster for you to leave another monster.
We killed more than one.
Fair. Any amount of monsters is an inappropriate amount of monsters.
I agree with this.
You didn't have an issue when we were up north. Fine. When we're leaving, I'll get rid of them.
Yeah.
I mean, some monsters are okay.
But we all need to be out of the room. So if
Yes, we should make it so that once this happens, we do not all drown. Well, you will all drown. I can teleport.
I'm already standing outside the room.
Yeah, no, let's go.
And as you are, Gale, you examine the orb in your hand. It is definitely a concentrated mass of whatever WoWs is. It doesn't look alive, and like it's not reacting in any way the same way the WoW's substance does. It's like someone found a way to kill it and use it.
Oh.
It's really stressing you out just holding it, and the glass vial in your pocket is basically feels the same way to you.
I think me and Waz will investigate this mystery at a later date. Without the others around.
It's because if anyone did intentionally bring that down here, they're either long gone or a bloated aquatic corpse at this point.
Or Lucy.
That said, we do cut over to someone, like, just standing in the rain. You know, pretty nondescript person. They're wearing red, so you probably can figure out who that is. And they're just, like, they're just looking through the window down at that mess, and they say to themselves, for the first time in my life, I don't want anything to do with that. And they disappear. Thanks for listening, beloved hunters of good content. I hope you enjoyed tonight's episode as much as we enjoyed playing. Come find us on our Discord, Daniel's Dread Tales. We'd love to have you. Our players consist of Daniel, who you can find at LOTR_Dan at the website formerly known as Twitter. Damien, who you can find at twitch.tv/magicalhack, where he streams regularly. Myself, Nathan, Theo, and Isaiah can all be found on the currently on hiatus podcast Forgotten Eras, found wherever podcasts are located. Isaiah is a freelance games and game tools developer at Mythatelier, and Theo can be found at 4 Whole Moons, that's 4 the number spelled out and whole not half moons, on the website formerly known as Twitter, and on the website theodoremonk.com. And last but not least is Russell, who is currently... I gotta think of a new Russell bit for this one. Away in Japan, learning the art of transforming into giant superheroes. The music we used includes Pursuit by Chains Production, Darkpad 01 by Samuel Francis Johnson, End of an Era Epic Orchestra by Julius H., Dark Change Version 1 Full Mix by Primal House, and our main theme is Creepy Keys by Claire L.W. Thanks for all the good music. Once more, thank you for listening, and please rate us 5 stars wherever you listen. We'll see you again, no matter what low places we all end up. Bye.
Ocean man, take me by the hand. That's just where it ends.
Should it be, though?